Korean pop group BTS has turned into quite the global phenomenon. K-pop has been around since the late 80s. Groups have come and gone, some sticking around and reaching semi-global success, but never in our lifetime have we seen a Korean act completely dominate international charts while captivating the hearts of millions. Now recognized as the biggest boy group in history, they debuted in the summer of 2013, initially as a rap group. The group members, being the young and not-so-innocent teen boys, had no idea they would end up becoming the best-selling Korean act of all time. With hit songs like Fake Love, Idol, and Dynamite, the Hallyu wave continues to sweep people off their feet, introducing folks to a culture that they might have never known existed. Garnering millions of admirers from every walk of life, BTS is often praised for their stigma-breaking lyrics, F-the-system songs, and overall talent, as well as being deemed great role models for younger fans. Many have jumped on the BTS bandwagon, but like many greats in history, a few skeletons would spill out of the closet. Skeletons that were once buried out of sight and out of mind. That is, until we dug them back up. From racism to sexism, it seems as if big hits, most successful cash cows, aren't as innocent as they'd led the public to believe. With R-rated songs like Expensive Girl, racial slurs, Nazi symbolism, and a whole lotta, it's understandable that some people may stamp BTS, more specifically Namjoon, with the title of problematic. But despite all the boys taking a sip from the problematic cup, this particular video is only going to focus on group leader Kim Namjoon. No, this isn't a "but Namjoon" kind of video, and don't worry, we'll cover the others in later videos. So what exactly has Namjoon been hiding from us, and why is Big Hit going so hard to make us all forget? Stay tuned to the end to find out. The End Armies, the End. In 2017, at just age 13, Namjoon shot his shot at becoming an underground rapper and had begun rapping in local hip-hop circles, releasing music under the pseudonym Runch Ronda and collaborating with other underground artists like Zico. He would post his raps, many having to do with his personal life and ongoing mental health issues, onto his personal SoundCloud, but unfortunately for us, has since been deleted. His interest in the rap scene began earlier on in his life, citing a song by the group Epic High called Fly. Given the nature of the song's message, this song single-handedly sparked Namjoon's career, and he often recites American rapper Nas as being one of his biggest inspirations. Before joining BTS in 2010, Kim Namjoon says that he was just an ordinary boy who grew up in Ulsan, a small town near Seoul. Considered an actual genius, Namjoon excelled academically, becoming a top ranker in South Korea's national school exam with TOEIC, the test of English for international communication, score of over 900 and a 148 IQ, making him a member of the 0.1% club. Instead of the average educational route his parents preferred him to pursue, Namjoon's slick pen game developed from literary writing he did as a young schoolboy, along with his passion for lyricism took over his life. Wanting to take his rap career to another level, Joon began auditioning for entertainment agencies, which ultimately led him to rapper Sleepy from the hip-hop duo Untouchable, who judged one of Joon's auditions. Impressed by the underground rapper's skills, Sleepy took down Namjoon's number and gave it to the CEO of Big Hit Entertainment. This led Namjoon to becoming the first member to be placed in BTS. The group released their debut album, Dark and Wild, in the summer of that year, and for Namjoon, he took the title of the album a little too literally, because dark and wild he truly was. Being the lead, Namjoon got the opportunity to have more of a say-so in the group's discography and has a leading hand in writing a lot of their music. Songs ranging from mellow tempo beats about mental health and social issues to upbeat songs about changing school policies and work culture were a major staple in BTS's earlier work that were deemed controversial. Namjoon, coming from an underground rap scene, was heavily influenced by hip-hop culture in America. Heavy on the heavily. From the way they dressed, the hairstyles, down to the way rappers speak. Y'all see where I'm going with this, right? Namjoon has been accused of cultural appropriation on many different occasions throughout the years, sporting dreaded fox locks, a curly texturized hair, and although he says that he learned English by watching the show Friends, fans couldn't help but notice the way 2013 through 2016 Namjoon spoke in interviews and on radios, some stans going as far to say that they thought it was a black man behind the mic. During a 2013 radio interview, when asked about hidden talents, Namjoon proudly stated with chest that his hidden talent was talking black and went on to show the audience his idea of talking black while his group members turned into living laugh tracks in the back.
You know what? We don't want to talk about it. You know, this is ready on the channel. We don't want to talk about it. And we just talking about it.
Of course, this was met with the media backlash, more so from international armies who said that the incident was racially insensitive and stereotypical. You'd think Namjoon learned his lesson the first time, but he displayed his ignorance yet again in 2014, giving yet another 0-star rated performance of his so-called speaking black talent when the radio interviewer brought up Namjoon's hidden talent from the previous year.
This is cold on them rap monsters.
It for sure doesn't help that he was sporting an afro-textured high-top mohawk hairstyle when this happened. During a performance on NBC's show Champion in Korea, BTS performed a cover of Shinhwa's songs This Love and T.O.P. without missing a beat. Namjoon, being center stage, swiftly uttered the N-word, and I say swiftly because if you weren't really paying attention, you'd probably miss it. As of 2021, the video of the MBC K-pop official YouTube page is still up to see. Colorist comments about group members V and J-Hope being so dark that he couldn't find them in the dark were made at a press conference.
When I first saw V and J-Hope, I couldn't see them because they were too black.
And some fans placed the blame on internalized colorism due to Namjoon himself being around the same skin color as his group members, which we now know for sure was the case due to Joon himself admitting that he suffered from a string of mental health issues like anxiety and severe depression and never actually loved himself till about 3 years ago. Sexism would enter the chat when fans accused Joon of promoting misogyny when he released his song Joke from his 2015 mixtape. Lurking through the Rapmon archive, Curious Armies rediscovered a few songs by RM, his rap name for those who didn't know, from his SoundCloud rapper days. Songs like Trouble, Prometheus, and his most infamous song, Expensive Girl, had fans accusing him of being a misogynist. In the Joke music video, we see Namjoon in what appears to be a mental asylum strapped up in a straitjacket, which led people to accuse him of ableism. For those who don't know what ableism is, it's the discrimination and social prejudice against those who are or perceived to be disabled. Namjoon's problematic past seems to resurface at least once a year, with locals steadily accusing the K-rapper of being racist, colorist, misogynist. You name it, although yes, his past actions were very questionable and ignorant, the thing about your past is that one can always redeem themselves by educating oneself about the past wrongdoings. Which fortunately for RM, that's exactly what he has done and continues to do. In a V-line he did in 2017, Joon spoke to viewers for a lengthy period of time, basically apologizing for his past behavior. It was hard to admit that I could hurt others' feelings. It was so hard because I've never felt that way. I've never thought my behavior, music, or words could hurt others or cause inconvenience. As I went through 2016, I came to think about that. My words or behavior, regardless of intentions, could cause troubles or hurt feelings. In the process, I thought I need to hold responsibility and think about such things. What I said, did, cannot be undone. Now, when I hear criticism, I'm able to think about what made them say so, what made them criticize me. To become a better person, I need to hold responsibility for what I do. I need to change my mindset. I need to change my way of thinking if it's wrong. In response to the misogynist and ableism claims surrounding Joon's song Joke and other rediscovered music, Eon, an indie Korean singer and feminist, took to his Twitter and claimed that he met up with Joon to discuss why some of his fans felt the way he did, stating, "Recently, Namjoon, Rap Monster, and I met privately and had a serious long talk about the issue of misogyny. Namjoon felt shame and guilt because of the controversy and revealed to me that he's distressed and unable to sleep well due to it. I talked about how I am also in the process of continuously fixing myself whenever I discover something I am lacking." Namjoon listened attentively and understood better than other people I have spoken to about similar topics with. 3 months later, BTS released what ARMY calls their feminist anthem, 21st Century Girl, with lyrics like "Live your life," "Tell them that you're enough and you deserve to be loved." The upbeat tune is all about respecting women. Before BTS World Domination, the boys took part in a mini docu-reality series, American Hustle Life, where they spent 2 weeks in LA to learn hands-on about the culture they were trying to emulate. In the series, the boys are mentored by West Coast rap legends like Cooley and Warren G, who educated them about hip-hop, black culture, and black history. They were given tasks and missions to complete, like choosing women for the LA version of their Boy in Love music video. Warren made sure to teach the guys about racism and negative stereotypes surrounding the culture. In 2017, Namjoon collabed with rapper Wale on their song Changes, where they spoke about social issues regarding Korea and America. This was a big deal solely due to the most Korean acts shying away from any social and political related topics. To promote their song Fake Love in the States, they were set to perform at the 2018 Billboard Music Awards. Namjoon announced that they had changed some of the lyrics to exclude the words I am and you are from American radios and their Billboard performance because the Korean pronunciation of these words sound too similar to the N-word. Namjoon stated, "There are many people hearing the song for the first time, and when you're hearing parts like that in English, there's potential for misunderstanding to occur." This caused quite the stir online and to the Korean public due to some believing that the group shouldn't have to censor their own language in order to play it safe for American audiences. Flash forward to 2020, and the worldwide outrage over the death of George Floyd has re-sparked the Black Lives Matter movement, but this time like we've never seen before. In response to the outcry's yearning for social change, the official BTS Twitter account tweeted that they are in full support of the movement and that they've donated $1 million to causes in connection with the movement and asked their fans to match the donation. Although never mentioned, fans speculated that it was Namjoon that had written the tweet due to the way the tweet was worded. Going from an underground explicit hip-hop artist to a K-pop rapper, Namjoon had to assimilate pretty quickly. Being from a homogenous, foreign country like South Korea, it's safe to say that knowing everything there is to know about other races and cultures isn't exactly number one on their to-do list. But in Namjoon's case, considering the fact English is not his first language, combined with Korea's lack of awareness of black culture, being inspired by black culture specifically, and South Korea being a pretty conservative country, mistakes were bound to happen. This isn't a video attacking Namjoon as much as it is a video highlighting a Korean native who has genuinely educated themselves about their past troublesome behavior. He's a perfect example that other idols can learn from. Unfortunately for him, his mistakes would be broadcasted for the whole world to see. But as we all know now, Namjoon has gone above and beyond to educate himself on these social and political issues, and says he continues to educate himself as much as he can. See, Army, that wasn't so bad now, was it? Let us know what you think down below in the comments, and stay tuned for more true celebrity stories.